Hello, Globetrotters. I am here with Mr. Ronnie, and we are here to share some announcements and some concerns about some environmental issues that we have going on in our building. You would probably agree that we have an amazing school building, and Mr. Ronnie and his team, Miss Rose and Miss Patricia, do an excellent job of making sure that our building stays looking tip top shape. But we need your help to make sure that we are keeping our building looking as nice as it is. So, Mr. Ronnie, we have some environmental issues that we need to talk about. What are those issues we need to share?
Well, one of those issues is the paint peeling off of the wall. And it's become a growing concern here at Mary Castle. So sometimes if paint isn't applied correctly on the wall, or there's excessive moisture on the wall, or dirt on the wall when they apply that paint, over time that paint may start to bubble. So typically anybody's first reaction to seeing a bubble is they want to pop it, which is understandable. But that's not always the best idea. So now that the bubble's been popped, the paint has been chipped, and it's about the size of a dime. So over time, every day, students walk in the hall. There's about 700 students that walk the hall. And even if just a quarter of those students are maybe peeling the paint while they're walking the hall, over time that little spot the size of a dime will grow into a basketball. And so, every day, how many days of the year do we have?
We have 180 school days.
180 school days.
Yep, in the school year.
So 180 school days, and then if a quarter of the students are picking the paint, that's a lot of days to be picking paint. So over time, the next step is hiring people to come and fix those mistakes. And that costs a lot of money to fix that mistake. And that shouldn't be the case because hands are supposed to be staying off the walls. So part of the trot expectations are keeping your hands to your side when walking the halls and showing respect to the environment.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're meeting those tried expectations, that we have a four-check line, that we're facing forward, there's personal space, hands to yourself and to your side, and that we have quiet voices. Amongst picking the paint off the wall, which we should not do, and we shouldn't touch the wall, there are several germs on the wall too. So you don't want to be touching the walls because that's how we get sick. So keep your hands off the wall so we can keep our school looking beautiful. You can stay healthy. Okay, so that was one thing we need to talk about. We have some more things we need to talk about. I think it's our sinks. What's going on with our sinks, Mr.
So
Ronnie?
our sinks, we got these great new sinks from Renovation. They're automatic sinks, and the great thing about these automatic sinks is that they save a lot of water. But they're very expensive sinks. So what's been happening is the students have been grabbing the sinks and just playing with them. I'm not sure what the reason is, but sometimes kids like to play. But over time, if every student does that, or just 5 a day, then all the hardware under the sink becomes loose, and that costs money to repair.
Yeah, so when we use the sinks, they are solely to wash our hands. And they are pretty cool because the water just comes on once you put your hands under there. But we shouldn't play with them. We shouldn't walk in the hallway and try and turn them on as we're walking to wherever we're going. We use them only at bathroom breaks. Or if you have permission to use the restroom individually, when you come out of the restroom, wash your hands. Because we want every student, when you're using the restroom before you go to lunch, to wash your hands. But if we're not using the things that we have properly, it makes it hard for them to continue to work the way that they need to work. And so we want to make sure that we're meeting those expectations. Also in the restrooms, our restrooms need to be kept clean as well. And you are responsible for helping us keep our restrooms clean. When you go into the restroom, take care of your business, make sure your business gets to where it needs to be, and then you come out and you wash your hands. Every classroom should have a restroom monitor for the boys' restroom and for the girls' restroom. And the restroom monitor's job is to make sure that when you go into the bathroom, you look and see if there's anything wrong. If there is anything wrong before your class goes in, you let your teacher know, and your teacher may send you, or your teacher may send an email to Mr. Ronnie to let him know, before we use the restroom, this is what we saw. And then after your class uses the restroom, you're supposed to report things to your teacher that may need Mr. Ronnie's attention. But students, you are responsible for making sure toilet paper gets to where it needs to be, waste gets to where it needs to be, so it makes it easier on Mr. Ronnie, Miss Rose, Miss Patricia as they work to clean such a huge building, and they do an awesome job of keeping the building neat. But we are responsible for helping them. It's our responsibility to take care of our needs, our trash and to get it where it needs to be. So with these things of the paint, with the sinks, with our restrooms, we need your help and we need your support in making sure that we keep our restrooms and our entire building beautiful. We are so lucky to work in such a nice learning environment and to learn in such a nice learning environment, and we need your help. So thank you, Mr. Ronnie, for sharing with us some environmental issues, and I'll be checking in with you to make sure that we're doing our part, and if not, we'll come around and we'll make sure that we solicit more support. If you see anybody or anything that's not right, please let me know. Please let the office know or Mr. Ronnie know so that we can work together to get it fixed and alleviate that problem. Thank you, Globetrotters. We are counting on you. Thank you, Mr. Ronnie.
Thank you.
Have a good day.